Channel 6 News, the team to watch.
Broadcasting live from Columbus, the all-American city. This is All News, Channel 6 News, the spirit of Ohio. This is the Weekend Report.
We were the only ones last night to show you the bust of what police are calling a major cocaine supplier in Columbus. Hello, I'm Bill Martin.
And I'm Carol Costello. 37-year-old Robert Earthman was grabbed at his home on Carl Road by SWAT and narcotics officers. Also taken from this home, $20,000 worth of coke, 3 guns, and $2,600 in cash.
Our Kim Norris says cops believe this bust is going to close off a major coke and crack pipeline running into this city.
This time, Columbus narcotics officers hit the jackpot, nabbing what they call a top dog.
All along we've said we'd like to get behind that crack house to the supplier. This is one of those people.
Now, this is certainly not the largest drug bust in terms of coke, cash, and guns. But cops say they managed to get a dealer, Robert Earthman, who was bringing drugs into Columbus from Detroit and Florida, possibly supplying anywhere from 5 to 10 crack houses, maybe even more. Earthman lives here right up Carl Road. And the crack task force says this is the farthest drug bust to the north on record. And neighbors knew something was wrong.
A lot of traffic in and out. Nobody ever stay very long, or some would stay 2 or 3 days.
Narcotics officers say they've taken out a major supplier, but they will continue to work hard on crack houses. Now, Bill, not only are they going to do that, work hard on crack houses, but they're going to work on people that they call the Detroit people and foreign nationals who are still in business.
All right, thank you very much, Kim. And there's no word from homicide detectives if this is drug-related yet, but the body of a man was found slumped over a car parked in this lot at 29 Spruce Street very early this morning. The man had been stabbed repeatedly. Police have not been able yet to identify the body, and at the moment there are no suspects.
The Ohio State Fair has now responded to an attack on a young couple there Friday night. We told you how Martin Fightmaster and his fiancée Judy Camp were punched and kicked while waiting in line to get on a ride at the fair. The fight started when the two complained to a group of teenagers that had cut in line. Well, fair officials told us today this was an isolated incident and that we all should be more cautious and patient when it comes to interacting in a crowd. It's been 12 hours now since a 51-year-old man disappeared in the muddy water behind the Laurel Lake Apartments. Divers were using their hands to search this lake's muddy bottom to find him. They have now called off the search. It was early this morning that he vanished after jumping off a rubber raft to retrieve an oar. The woman on the raft with him told us they'd been drinking on the raft and that she saw him disappear underwater. There is still a slim chance he's alive. Neighbors told us he's a strong swimmer. The lake itself is only 12 feet deep.
We told you yesterday people in Old Dublin are battling a major water problem. High levels of a cancer-causing substance is being picked up in several wells. No one's really sure where the deadly chemical is coming from. As Greg Robinson reports tonight, a lot of people there are concerned for their health.
As a resident of Old Dublin, Ron Grimes says he's heard rumors his home may be affected by the contaminated well water, but says he's heard nothing official from city leaders.
Well, I'm not for sure at all because my understanding is that our well is 150 feet deep, and we haven't received any word from anybody about not using it.
That's left him wondering if the water used for 16-month-old Blair's Kool-Aid in the family laundry is safe to use. The Dublin Barber Shop, this marathon station, and this gift boutique have all been asked to stop using their well water because high levels of benzene have been found there. But officials admit few others were warned.
Now, when city officials first found out about the problem on late Friday, they figured it'd be easy to find out how many folks were affected as folks started to call in to report the problem. The trouble is, no one's called.
Because of that, city manager Tim Hansley and health department officials plan to go door to door tomorrow to find out just who is affected. In the meantime, he says there are warning signs.
A bad taste or bad odor in your water is fairly obvious.
They suspect the problem is coming from underground gas tanks at the Marathon and 76 stations, but say an old tank left by a station that now houses this pizza parlor may also be leaking. And unfortunately, until they know for sure, they really won't know who is and who isn't affected. Greg Robinson, Channel 6 News.
Well, perhaps the folks in Old Dublin ought to utilize their senses of humor to get over their troubles. It may sound a tad insensitive, but laughter is the best medicine for not only depression, but serious illness as well. At least that's what our Medical advisor Dr. Nelson Krause is telling us. I got to ask you, are you really serious about all this?
Yes, we're serious about it, as serious as you can be about laughter, I guess. There are some medical researchers, Carol, who think this is an important part of not only preventing disease, but healing as well. But it's really not new, at least not to me. There have been some physicians who for decades have been saying that laughter is an important part of any healing process. But the whole idea now seems to be getting just a lot more attention. Laughter helps keep you healthy. That's the message these health professionals received at this convention about the power of laughter in the healing process. Laughing hard is a lot like aerobics for your insides. You breathe harder, your pulse rate and blood pressure go up, and your brain starts releasing chemicals called endorphins, chemicals which are very healing and also reduce pain. And although there is still not a lot of scientific evidence to show laughter heals, we have very real live proof it will help you deal with the stress of everyday life.
I have a joke where I say, you know, I came into the world this way. You know, it's no big deal. It's not like I wake up every morning and go, oh, my God, I've got cerebral palsy again.
Jerry Jewell is a comedian and an actress, and she's got cerebral palsy, not that it slows her down. Her decision was to laugh at her disease, not suffer with it.
What I did was I flipped it over and I made it work for me instead of against me. That's the secret. There's good and bad. You have to find it and choose which one you want.
So the choice is up to you. You can let your stress make you sick, or you can laugh and be healthy. And Carol, there are some excellent books out on this. The best one is a book called Anatomy of an Illness by Norman Cousins. I have a copy at home. I was going to bring it with me, and I forgot.
Oh, well. Is there any ongoing research on the effects of laughter?
Yeah, there are some things. I'll be back at 11 to show you an example of what some hospitals are doing with something they call a laugh room. Interesting.
That is interesting. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Doctor. And when we come right back, Ballet Met dancing to a new building. And what do you think the trendy pet of the 80s is? You might really be surprised with the answer. Back in a moment.
Show off your typing skills, win prizes, and help the Muscular Dystrophy Association raise money for research, patient care, and education. Join Flash Type, a typing contest where pledges become prizes and everybody wins. Contestants will be judged on typing speed and accuracy and on the amount of money they raise from sponsors. Wednesday, August 24th is the date. For additional information, please call the Muscular Dystrophy Association at 794-0411.
Well, here's something sure to cap off your night in the wrong way. How about a little rerouting of traffic for you? Yes, westbound traffic on Route 62 will be diverted onto the new I-670. And you must now exit 62 on the new ramp provided at 5th Avenue. The westbound roadway at 62 will now be closed permanently. Your best bet after I've just confused you to no end, follow the signs when you get there.
Well, Ballet Met might soon be closing their headquarters on Jefferson Avenue. The building has been great for the Met, but the ballet's boom in Columbus has got them needing a lot more space. This place at the corner of Beck and Grant in German Village might just do the trick. It's got all the room Ballet Met needs and more to grow. Right now, the Retail Planning Commission's housed in this building. We're not sure yet when they might make way for the Met.
And, of course, that new facility will be partially funded through the efforts of this man. The ballet legend Rudolf Nureyev performed once again this afternoon to a sold-out crowd. The folks watching such grace paid up to $300 to sit enthralled with Nureyev and friends of his from Paris. After this performance, Nureyev will fly home to New York.
Well, of all the performing artists, dancers probably strive the most to make what they do appear easy and natural. But dance is neither easy nor natural. And the least natural form is ballet. When this 135-pound woman dances, the force of her toe is equivalent to a half-ton or more spread over her foot. With more than 1 million kids enrolled in some kind of dance class, doctors are concerned they get the proper lessons for strength and technique to avoid the foot, knee, and ankle and back injuries that come with dance. Now, the key to staying healthy is to get a good dance teacher, one who knows about injury prevention and when to make a dancer stop.
On to a dance of a different kind in Dublin today. The Irish Fest went full steam ahead today, complete with Irish jigs and a whole lot of green. Also on hand, there they are, wonderful Irish wolfhounds. Now, they're known as gentle giants. They love people and are usually used for hunting in Ireland. The dogs only live about 5 years, though, because of their great size.
Michael Jackson's not Irish, neither is Kim Novak, but they do have something in common, one of these, the trendy pet of the 80s.
Of course, I'm talking about the llamas, the camel's humpless cousin, who's now carrying America by storm. Now, llama owners say their pets are peaceful and friendly and a lot of fun. And you might think when you get too close to a llama, it's going to spit, right? Well, wrong.
They like to kiss more than like to spit.
Yeah, they love to kiss you.
Kissing a llama, of course. By the way, they're great for taking on vacations while you're trekking up in the mountains. Of course, your llama can carry all the luggage.
I never thought of that.
Something to think about.
There are llamas out at the state fair.
There are.
So if you want to see a real live one, go out there. That is, if you don't have one for a pet. But if you love this cool weather, tonight's the last night to enjoy it.
Hot and humid stuff's on the way back, right, Pamela?
You guessed it. It's going to be hot and humid tomorrow, but tonight it's a gorgeous night at the fair. We expect lows to be in the middle 60s. Now I'll have all the weather when we come back.
Pamela has left her trusty seat here for a spot at the fair. Now, are you trying to win an animal there, Pamela?
I was.
You
I had
won?
to put it down just a second. No, I didn't win. There's these magnets here that you have to get. But it's kind of tricky. It doesn't look very tough, but it is. I keep getting the yellow ones, and you got to get one of the red ones to win a prize. But I'm going to keep trying, and I'll tell you at the end of the show if I win anything at all. Anyways, high temperature today wasn't too bad, and that's because the relative humidities were rather low. Today's high was right about 89 degrees after a morning low of 62. Now, the normals for this day are 84 and 63, and we have had no rain in the last 24 hours. Outside right now, we are still holding with 88 degrees, but again, I mean, it feels hot outside, but the relative humidity is 44%, so we're not sweating or anything. Barometric pressure rising at 30.02, and winds are northwesterly at 6 miles an hour. Now, we do have a couple of rainmakers in our forecast, and let me show you why. Take a look at our national satellite map, and you can see a 2 things number. Now, storm number 1 is in the central part of the nation, and that is going to be our rainmaker for Tuesday night and Wednesday. Storm number 2 I've got numbered way out in the west. I'll show you a close-up picture of that in just a couple of moments. And that thing has got some moisture along with it right now. Storm number 3, take a closer look at the northeastern coast, and we have our first tropical storm in the Atlantic for the year. Now, that thing has winds about 50 miles an hour, so it's not hurricane strength yet. It's moving northeastward at about 30 miles an hour. It's going to get the folks in eastern Maine right now, just sitting off the coast of Cape Cod, and it also should get parts of Nova Scotia and eastern Canada as it trucks up along the eastern coast. Again, right now, it's not hurricane strength. It would have to be about 74 miles to become a hurricane. Chances are it could, though, as the waters are pretty warm, and that's what the hurricane needs to gather strength. Water temperature up there, we checked today, is right about 82 degrees. Temperature-wise this evening, it is going to be nice outside, much like last night, in the low to middle 60s all across the state of Ohio. 70s will be moving in for tomorrow night. And then for tomorrow afternoon, you guessed it, it is right back to hot and humid, muggy, sticky, whatever you want to call it. But keep in mind, it's August, so this sort of cooling trend just can't last forever. What we've got coming in Tuesday night, again, is our cold front. That thing will be moving into northwestern Ohio, bringing us our first chance for rain, maybe a thunderstorm as well. So for tonight's forecast, again, we have very clear skies, a great night to come out to the fair, or maybe just go outside for a walk. Lots of stars out this evening, low temperature 65 degrees. And then for tomorrow, sunny, getting hot and humid, 92 for the high. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy and warm, 73 for the nighttime low. And then for Tuesday, mostly sunny, hot and humid, a high temperature at 95 degrees. Now, in our extended forecast, again, a chance for rain Tuesday night. Our next chance for rain will come Thursday night, Friday evening, and that's from this cold front that's developing out of the Pacific. You can see right now it has a lot of moisture with it. That thing is going to move south and eastward, and so this is how the extended forecast goes. And then for Wednesday, we'll still be feeling the effects of that first cold front, a 95 for the high temperature. It is going to be downright hot. Then on Thursday, a chance for AM showers as the first cold front moves out of the area. Friday, sunny skies. You'll see a drop in temperatures, 85, which is right about normal. And then Friday evening, Carol, again, our second cold front will be coming through, so a good chance for rain the second time around.
Well, you're right. It is August. We have to expect this kind of weather. It sounds like they're not having any trouble with attendance out there today. It's really loud. Okay, thank you, Pamela. We'll join her in a little bit later on. Okay, let's talk about 88 Kentucky. Yes, 88 Kentucky. It's a big day for the folks down there. They just held a huge parade in celebration of tomorrow's date, which will be 8888. That kind of thing only happens once in 100 years. The most exciting thing about this, though, is that a couple from Wyoming will travel to 88 Kentucky to get hitched on 8888 at 808. They just thought that'd be kind of neat.
It is kind of neat. Something for the record books.
Yeah.
And when we come back, we're going to go back out to the fair.
And Mike Rado will have a little bit of everything. Golf, baseball, racing, you name it. Stay with us.
I wonder if the Pringles was wavy or the normal kind.
I don't know, or
Wavy
barbecue
Pringles
or sour cream or whatever.
That's it in sports.
Thank you, Mike.
Michael. Well, it's hot and it's crowded up next.
But Pamela's out there anyway at the fair where it is crowded and hot, and we'll join her in a second.
The Columbus 500 look like a Roman chariot race now. As the largest Ford dealer in the world, Riker's really the place now. It's really the place. And you'll have fun when you buy your Riker T-Bird today. When you buy your Riker T-Bird.
We're sealing!
Finally tonight, the best day yet at the Ohio State Fair.
That's right, and our Pamela Kister is right in the middle of it. Pamela?
I am right in the middle of it. I'm at the Fish-O-Rama right now. Like I said before, it's not as easy as it looks. I'm trying to get a red one, and I didn't get it. But Debbie, thank you. The best thing about this game is you can try it for weeks until the fair ends. Anyways, tonight, lots of things going on. This evening, Chicago's going to be here. Tomorrow night, Expose, and everybody's favorite on Tuesday night, the Beach Boys. All the concerts start at 8 o'clock, so come on out. It's a lot of fun out here.
All right, thank you, Pamela.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 11.
See you then.